Good afternoon. Today our recording going on for Vishnu Day Bangla poetry from 1955 to 1976. We are studying the language structure of that time in 1955. We are designing the sound in a very modern, artistic way. We are all the time thinking about the designing of the sound, how it will be presented in 2022 market. We are now on the fourth album. We just finished the fourth album. Today is 10th December 2022. We started recording at 12:22 p.m. India. Now we are moving towards album number 5. Vishnu, the entire book we are producing. In the production of each album, our production cost can reach up to 1,20,000. Work going on for 8 weeks, 9 weeks for each album. We talk about the fifth album. The fifth album we want to place on YouTube for today's Bengali market, today's Bangladesh market, and today's London Bengali market to hear us, to hear RAJAT Bala vocal and think what kind of language study we are doing in today's time. When language coming on microphone for amplification, it has a new meaning of money. When new sound coming, new exchange of money coming from market, if the language structure is hard, if the language is complex, if the language has difficulties to penetrate the meaning, then the movement of money becomes much difficult for the exchange of business. We talk about the fifth album of Vishnu Day. Vishnu Day Bangla Poetry, fifth album by Indian vocal artist Rajat Bala Subramaniam Chaudhuri, Kolkata, India. We talk about the fifth album title. Fifth album title in Bengali language for market to discuss the title and extension of the title. শ্রাবণের ঘন দিগন্তব্যাপী ধূসর মেঘের নীলে কবি বিষ্ণুদের সম্মিলিত কাব্য চেতনার আভায় সর্বদা পেয়েছি চেনা মানুষের মধ্যে এই অন্তমিল অভিপ্রাস, যা প্রচণ্ড আক্রোশে বন্দি খাঁচার সচ্ছল সুখ চায় নিয়ে ফাঁসি কাঠে আসামির দুর্গত দীক্ষায়. I'm again repeating the Bengali title. It's a complex sentence. The style of the sentence in today's market will create curiosity and a new kind of sense of economy. Fifth poetry album title, শ্রাবণের ঘন দিগন্তব্যাপী ধূসর মেঘের নীলে কবি বিষ্ণুদের সম্মিলিত কাব্য চেতনার আভায় সর্বদা পেয়েছি চেনা মানুষের মধ্যে এই অন্তমিল অভিপ্রাস, যা প্রচণ্ড আক্রোশে বন্দি খাঁচার সচ্ছল সুখ চায় নিয়ে ফাঁসি কাঠে আসামির দুর্গত দীক্ষায়. English meaning of the title: the deep, far horizon of rainy season in the grey blue clouds of poet Vishnu De's perfectly united sense of literature and its influence. We have received an alliteration at the similar rhythm among known people which once the crazy desire of imprisoned cage-bounded regular simple happiness, taking the hang till death criminal in helpless blessings. We are again talking on the English meaning of the title. The deep far horizon of rainy season in the grey blue clouds of poet Vishnu's perfectly united sense of literature and its influence, we have received an alliteration at the similar rhythm among known people which wants the crazy desire of imprisoned cage-bounded regular simple happiness, taking the hang till death criminal in helpless blessings. The way I am designing the sound, the way I am discussing with my sound engineer, lot of discussions going on, lot of improvisations going on. New sound designing process is always improvisation of sound elements, the movement of the sound, how sound moving on speakers. When you are hearing the amplification range of the poetry lines, then you think about new kind of impact. In poetry album number 5, in 5th poetry album, we are doing the first poetry Nannure. This is a very difficult kind of Bengali language implied in literature of Bangla literature, very difficult kind of language. When poet writing in 1955, and he has a nature to complicate, to use complex style of Bangla language, which we are reading in 2022, the meaning and the sense of language study changes. We talk about few poetry, what we are doing, what we are recording. First poetry, 5th album, is Nannure, very complex style of Bangla language used in 1955 to 1976. Here in this poetry Nannure, poet talking about the history of Bengali literature. Poet here talking about Chandipat and Vidyapati Chandidas and Vishnu Padavali. The hot summer afternoon meeting the rainy season's evening. The love story of Radha and Krishna in tearful sadness. The poor village beauty having a temple with a brass idol of goddess Vishalakhi. A village heroine dancing in the tune of devotional love song, chanting or kirtana of Radha and Krishna. Again, note this point. A village heroine dancing in the tune of devotional love song, chanting or kirtana of Radha and Krishna. The petals of flowers shivering in musical tunes. In the hang till death of love affair, new flowers blooming in vast, beautiful universe. The sense of poetry is very difficult to connect in today's language. When I am designing the sound, when I am blowing up all these lines of poetry on microphone, a different sense of meaning coming out, a different sense of visuals coming out of old Bengali literature with so many musical elements suppressed in the sense of poetry. The second poetry we are doing, that is Anuprash Antomil. Anuprash Antomil is the second poetry. We are discussing the sense of poetry that we are recording. In the second poetry of 5th album, poet talking about in the vocal of the far horizon Blue color is the tune. Blue color is the tune. In the pale yellow or whitish yellow color, the day and night dissolved in blue rays. All the mountains are in the garlands of any one of the female deities presiding over the 10 quarters of the globe. Like a musical note extension, a family girl is like Blue Mountain. Vast mountains have wide green forest. My eyesight follows the clear river water waves. The tears in eyes connected with sky-touching lake or a large pond. Among known people, this alliteration at the similar rhythm at the end connected with clear autumn blue sky and a simple, beautiful village life. All the time we are reading the poetry and we are coming to a sense, very complex sense of visuals. It is very difficult to find out the correct visuals and express with the narrative structure of the poetry. The third poetry we are doing, the third poetry in the 5th album, we are doing Circus's Bag. A tiger of a circus. In the third poetry, we are talking about an escape of a tiger from a circus. We're talking about in different villages a huge roaring agitation is heard about a real terror of a city circus tiger escaped from cage to forest behind mountains. Poet talking about poet with his few friends staying in a forest bungalow. We are not invited but forcefully came. In night, at 1:30 a.m., the terror tiger is seen with anger, pain, burning desire in eyes. In free forest, the tiger is very uneasy. He wants a disciplined life in circus cage. We hear the cow goats of that village missing. Tomorrow, a boy, a girl of that village missing. We chase the tiger, we go far from this forest bush to that forest, but it's helpless, fallen hard work. In circus game, the tiger was a brilliant entertainer. A royal desire to get respect in free world. A royal desire to get respect in free world. Forest tigers are scared of this circus tiger. We stay long in forest bungalow. We spend time in forest bungalow. We have to remove the trouble from village life. We are hidden in makeups. We are in different makeups. We are hidden. The same way Lenin and Stalin are respected in 1917 October in Russia. Sometimes we sit silent or we move in forest to enjoy. Nature has silent interest in this mess. The force of escaped tiger is more bigger than any seminar or conference. Cannot have any more discussion of a tiger. The force of escaped tiger is more bigger, much bigger than any seminar or conference. Sense very odd, we did a different planning to design sound. This kind of poetry, we are designing sound. We have to carry the sense, the meaning of the sense of this poetry to the market. Otherwise, we will have very difficulty to find buyers. We are always asking in studio, who is buying our poetry, who is getting entertained by this kind of complex sense of language, what they will say after hearing our vocal, how they will react, how money will come back to us, how money will come back to producer. Today we are going to record 6 poetry of 5th album from Nannure. Next 6 poetry. We see how we hear the sound, the kind of designing process going on. I'm talking with my sound engineer, Rudrarup Banerjee, very experienced sound engineer, sitting with me in front of me. He's giving me cues. He's cutting the lines. He's stopping me. He's asking me many questions. Then the sound moving according to the bar and according to the graph. Then we are editing the sound. Okay, we again come back to talk with the market from the studio. We will again talk next week. We will again talk about 5th album. 5th album will have 20 poetry. Then we will have the 6th album. Today we have to continue the next session. We will again talk with you next week from studio. Thank you. Good afternoon. Lunch will be at 5:30 p.m. Thank you. Thank you. Cut it.